We had it. Trump is president. He released a meme coin. His wife did. The world is completely crazy. Altseason is about to start. And I just bought 9 altcoins. And I want to show you in this video which altcoins I bought. And more importantly, why I bought them. Now, this is not before you think like, oh, he's going to shill all kind of low caps and this and that. No, I just want to show you actually why I yesterday looked at the charts and honestly thought like, ooh, I'm going to buy this right now. Because something in the charts is showing something very, very, very clear. So welcome to the Fomo Factory. My name is Menno. Subscribe, like, do whatever. And let's get right into it. So before I'm going to get into these altcoins, I know you maybe want to skip to that part. But if you want to know how to find this yourself, this is actually pretty easy to find out. So really quickly, the Bitcoin is doing very well, right? Like Bitcoin is in a blasting bull market and it will probably go way, way, way higher this year. But a lot of altcoins are still lagging, right? It's not the year, it's not at least the stage of the market where altcoins should already outperform Bitcoin. So if you feel like, yeah, I want reward, but not a lot of risk, then buy Bitcoin by all means, right? However, if you want to gamble at the end of the day, that's what we all do on the altcoin market, don't gamble on stuff that's looking like this, right? Don't gamble, and this is not to throw shots at this coin. I hold it myself a little bit, but I'm for fuck's sake not buying this coin right now because this is on its Bitcoin pair. This has been in a huge, this is basically just one big falling knife, right? So you are literally losing your Bitcoin value while Bitcoin is going up. What a waste, right? So what you want to do is look at the altcoins that are looking that they have a chance against Bitcoin, okay? Now, I'm not going fully into this, but one example that I gave a couple times before is, for example, XRP. XRP is doing fantastic, right? But it's not because XRP is doing great necessarily. It's because XRP on its Bitcoin pair is doing something. Still has an 8x to go to get back to its previous all-time high against Bitcoin, right? So if anything, XRP since 2017 was not worth to buy, right? Or to hold at least. Yet a lot of people are very happy with the results. But Bitcoin would have made you richer with less risk. So the art in any stage, but especially in this stage of the market, is now to outperform Bitcoin or at least hold up with it, right? Again, otherwise you could better buy Bitcoin. Like, why would you take more risk for less returns? So if you ever buy an altcoin, don't do that without looking at its Bitcoin pair, because that's the chart that shows that if that altcoin itself is actually worth it. Again, otherwise you could better buy Bitcoin. Lower risk, higher returns. What the fuck are we talking about, right? So I just bought 9 altcoins that are looking really, really interesting at this level. And there might be more. There probably are more, but there are 9 that caught my interest. And I want to share them in this video with you guys, just to show you again the thought process and the charting that I did on these things. So let's get right into the first one. And the first one is actually here. Yada, yada, yada. So again, we're not going to look at dollar pairs. Again, Bitcoin is up hard. Your altcoin on the dollar should be up. If it's not, dump it, because then it's a piece of crap. Okay, then what are we doing, right? That's the first thing. But then again, the first one that I'm interested in is Beam. Now, the altcoins that I have right here, it's all kind of narratives. AI, gaming, DEXs, launchpads. And at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter, because charts are showing what the charts are showing. If I make a lot of money with a coin from that narrative or a coin from that narrative, yeah, do you really think I give a shit what coin I am making money with. I absolutely don't care. And you should not care as well, of course, right? You can have your preferences. And I for sure like one coin over the other. But if the charts are showing the same thing, then it doesn't matter to me. So let me be clear though. These coins now look to be in a great buying opportunity. It could be that they get wrecked, of course, right? At a certain point, before I'm gonna get into this, at a certain point, there was a coin called Matic, and Matic looked to be in a great buying area, right? However, eventually it wasn't. Right, so this is not a matter of guarantees or certainties. This is a matter of statistics, chances, odds, and we gamble, literally gamble based on that. Right now, Matic, for example, looks like a lot of charts look that I just bought. Now with Matic, you would have gone wrong, right? Eventually. At the lower side of the range was a great buy against Bitcoin, right? If it pumps like 3.5x against Bitcoin while Bitcoin is doing very well or even is going up, then your Matic on its dollar pair went absolutely crazy. And we had a lot of these big pumps right there. However, at a certain point, it was sitting at the bottom again, right? And that was a time where you could have said like, okay, I'm gonna take that trade. And again, sometimes trades don't work out. So let me give that disclaimer. Some of these trades probably won't work out, but the ones that do, they will work out hard, really fucking hard. Because if a high cap coin like XRP can pump 6x while against its Bitcoin pair, it's not even really doing that fantastic, then these lower cap coins that I'm going to talk about can go completely retarded, right? Like really, really hard. Okay. So again, first off is Beam. Now, Beam, apart from the narratives and all that, I mean, I kind of have to like the project itself as well to buy it. But Beam showed that every single time it was sitting at this level, it had a fantastic run after that, right? And the first run was absolutely incredible of 220%, maybe even 270%, depends on how you look at it. And after that, it had multiple runs of 60%. Again, 60% doesn't sound like a lot, although a lot of crypto holders now are pretty happy with that. It doesn't sound like a lot, but it's 60% against Bitcoin, right? Not against the dollar. And Bitcoin is in a bull market. So yeah. Now, the outlook that you should have, in my opinion, is that this is only going to work out if the altcoin market in general is going to outperform Bitcoin. And that's what we talked about a lot. This chart is probably, you can dream about this if you look at this channel often enough, right? This is the altcoin market on its Bitcoin pair. And this is basically showing, right, like, hey, we are at the trend line for Altseason. We are at the exact stage of the market of Altseason. The narratives of Altseason is here. They all fit, right? So these coins, they won't go up on their own, right? We need this chart to go up, and then these coins will respond from it, right? There will always be coins that suck. In this case, this is my outlook. This is what the charts are saying. I'm not going to listen to the emotions and the feelings out there. I'm going to listen and look to the charts. And based on that, I'm going to make my decisions. So therefore, Beam, and it depends on how you draw the trend line, right? Because if you zoom in, you can say like, oh, it's breaking down right now. Look, if I draw it like this, then exactly on this wick right here, then it's still in it. So it kind of this area, I don't give exact trend lines. I think that's never really helpful. But Beam at this specific moment is one that I really like. The other one, one of the other ones is the following, and I should filter it by name, otherwise I cannot find it ever. It's not even in my list, man. All right, here we go. Super. First, right? Super is showing that also on its Bitcoin pair, it is sitting at a level that I feel like, you know, this one still a bit on the risky side, right? because Super is now, it had support right here in 2021, later in 2021 again, around this period as resistance in August 2022. We came here again earlier or latest last year, and now again. So far, this level showed like, hey, every time we do get down here, wow, we pump with 270%. Here from this level, we pumped with another 170%, right? Showing a beautiful McDonald's pattern, so be a little careful. However, Super has more room to go down. And that's on one hand bullish, right? Because it had a run up like a lot of coins didn't had, right? So it was an outperformer. So Super showed like, hey, this is one of the stronger coins. Two, it has room to go down still, right? For a lot of coins goes that, like with Beam, for example, it's a little riskier actually, because this still can go down, but then it goes kind of in price discovery, right? And with Super, it's more that, hey, it can go down and it still has a lot of support left. So I bought Super, but under the impression that it can go down another 30-40% against Bitcoin. If Bitcoin also goes down 10% or whatever, yeah, then the Super on its dollar pair, it's getting wrecked. And therefore, if you take these kind of trades or investments, don't look at the hour, 4-hour daily chart every single time, because this is full bull investing. Next one is S Fund, and I'm really happy with that because that's one of my favorite coins myself. I don't even have this coin to make money on the coin itself. Then again, on the coin itself, it is sitting in a beautiful buying area right now, right? Like CeFi, the last time it was here, it had an amazing run up. And yeah, you can set it a little higher, by the way, right? This whole area, it's a big range. But every time it comes back down here, it bounces, right? Now, again, if this chart would look like this right now in this stage of the market, I would say, wait, get out. Right? Because it looks like a chart like, hey, lower highs, right? Not a lower low yet, but it's the chart itself isn't that bullish. Considering again the stage of the market that we are in, and that it's, way more likely that this thing goes up than down, then CeFi will go with it. And then the support zone makes a lot of sense, right? That goes for these altcoins that I'm calling now. So CeFi, if you want to buy it anywhere, then the last couple of 2 months have been the best buying opportunity ever, right? Even when the market was lower, if you look at CeFi USD and we overlay it, I mean, yeah, the dollar pair went lower at a certain point, right? But Bitcoin pumped a lot. So now the dollar pair is holding up way better. But that's just because Bitcoin is over 100K. Now, again, I think nobody in its right mind expects Bitcoin to go in the bear market next week, right? And again, in my opinion, the altcoin market, yeah, I keep on talking about that, but looks to be pretty outperforming this year. So therefore, these coins make a lot of sense for me to buy right now. So I'm going heavy on S Fund and everything in this list. Next one is AVAX. As well, you might be like, oh yeah, it's already high cap. It's fucking layer one, right? Like it's different than a launch pad or whatever. This is a bigger project, so the valuation is bigger. But when it comes to price, it's sitting really nicely close to the bottom, to the cycle bottom at least, right? Just 16%. Can it go down another 16%? It could. We can also miss out, right? We have a bottom right here. We have a perfect double bottom right here, and it's now trying to hold this floor. If this bounces, this could bounce really hard, actually. I expect AVAX to be one hell of a winner in this alt season that we are getting. So, therefore, AVAX, I am buying right now. And again, if it goes a little lower, I'm buying more, right? I'm never like going all in, lump summing, putting one big amount in a coin at once. And therefore, this thing has been in a great accumulation phase over the last half a year, basically, right? The market here showed, that's a beautiful thing about this actually. If you look at the altcoin dominance, right, it started to go up a little bit, right? Mid last year until like March, give or take. And there it showed like, hey, once altcoins start to outperform a little bit, this is what you're getting. Right? So it already gave us kind of a preview, like, okay, this is what we're going to get. Now get your buyings in. Now get your buys in. Right? Very, very interesting if you ask me. Next one is a real risky one, by the way. Really risky. But I had to throw in one micro cap. If one of these coins is going to fail, then it's probably this one. This Domi Online. Right now, Domi Online is such a micro cap piece of crap coin that you can see these spikes are not normal. So let that be very clear. But it's also one of the micro cap gaming coins that is not constantly bleeding against Bitcoin. Look, it's not time for gaming yet. It's not the hype at the moment. And it's not the time for micro caps yet. So the combination should be somewhere down in the trash can. If it is not, then it probably is a fantastic buy, right? Still, high risk, always. But if you want to bet on anything, then this might be it, right? And this is it for Domi Online. It has been at this in the same area in October 2023. Then it did a 27x against Bitcoin, right? Not even against the dollar, but against Bitcoin. Now we are there again. And it went there already in August last year. But so far, it's holding these lows. And even this small bounce right here, like, okay, no, let's do something, was already a 200% gain, right? And it's, of course, like really low cap, not a lot of liquidity. It takes one, not even a whale, but just somebody with some cash to pump this shit, right? So, like, yeah, risky stuff. But it's holding surprisingly well. Next one is a coin that I really like, is Render, because Render always had the relative strength against Bitcoin. Render has been outperforming since June 2022, right? June 2022 for the altcoin market was here. So when the whole altcoin market basically was going down only, Render was going up only. So imagine once the whole altcoin market starts to go up, Render will probably outperform pretty hard. And if we look at the range for Render, then it's somewhere in this area, right? It's slightly like, it can, again, every single coin on this list can go down more. But if not DCAing here, then where, right? Like with a lot of altcoins, you are sitting at bottoms. And not at the type of bottom that's like, oh, we will probably go down this bottom. No, we are sitting at an historical, cyclical bottom against their Bitcoin pairs. So Render, yeah, this is an obvious one for me, actually. Really pretty obvious. And yeah, Next one, do I have it on my list right here? Yeah. Ronin. Ronin is looking beautiful. Ronin is a layer one for crypto gaming. And again, a lot of people think like, oh, gaming is dead. Yeah, that makes this a great buying opportunity. If everybody was now really bullish about it, you would not get a good entry. And that's the thing about crypto. Believe when nobody else believes. And unfortunately, some people have a lot of trouble with that. But that eventually will separate the rich from the poor, right? And Ronin is showing this. Ronin is absolutely showing this at this moment, right? Like it's hard to draw the line here pretty perfectly. Like you can take a huge range like this. You can, maybe this makes most sense given this area right here. Ronin is sitting at in a place where I think like, yeah, it can go down another 30%. Doesn't really matter. As long as we are here, this is a blessing, because if it bounces hard. Again, Ronin shows every time we are here, here that a casual bounce of 300%. Here again, we had a casual bounce of 550% against Bitcoin. Imagine Bitcoin going up during that period. Absolutely insane, right? So Ronin is I don't know. This is the type of coin that's relative low risk compared to a lot of other shit coins out there, with high reward, in my opinion. The next one, and that's also the last one, by the way, is one that I'm least convinced about chart-wise for now. But that's Aerodrome. Why am I saying that? It's newer, right? Like it has less history. And again, also chart-wise, if you look at the range right now, then this is kind of the range right here. So, I'm forgetting one. I'm forgetting the most obvious one, by the way. So I'll come back to that. But Aerodrome is sitting actually at a strong point. It can go down another 10%, but again, every time it got at this level here, it had a bounce of 250%. Here, let's take this level, right? It had a bounce of 70%. Here, again, it had a bounce of 130, 140, depending on what top you take. And now we're kind of getting there again. So this one is a real obvious one to me. Also, base is going to be, if not, it's already, but it keeps on being, in my opinion, one of the most popular chains in 2025. And since that chain doesn't have a native token, yeah, what are we going to invest in? Let's do the DEX on that chain in that case, right? And yeah, then we have Aerodrome. Great way of generating revenue. One of the few coins out there actually doing shit. So I actually love this. Then and coming back to Aerodrome, what you can also look at is, okay, but how is that coin looking against something else that might be looking good? And we can see how Aerodrome is looking on its Ethereum pair. Now, Aerodrome on its Ethereum pair is looking a little worse, actually, because it was in this great uptrend, right? Broke and now going down. And it will probably find a bottom, maybe somewhere around this area right here, right? That doesn't mean that Aerodrome has to go down. That could also mean that Ethereum will go up. And that's the most likely. I said that in the live stream yesterday, that the seasonality for Q1 of the post-halving year is that Ethereum goes up fucking hard, right? So it's only understandable that this quarter it at least goes up, right? Like it won't be completely the opposite all of a sudden, because newsflash, Ethereum isn't that. So it could be that Ethereum goes up really hard, and that makes Ethereum at the moment, in my opinion, for now, maybe a better buy than Aerodrome. Now, if we look at Ethereum on its Bitcoin pair, then this is how it looks like, right? And Ethereum is the most safe coins out of all of these, right? Safer than Beam, Super, CDFI, AVX, whatever. And it's also showing like, hey, you can buy the cycle bottom right now, right? The last time Ethereum was sitting this low was in March 2021. And it pumped with 180% against Bitcoin. Yeah, guess what? Bitcoin also went up during that time, right? So Ethereum exploded. And we are now there again. If we break this level, though, then the next big level comes in at around 23% lower, 0.024 BTC, give or take. Right, so again, it's not searching for bottoms right here. It's more like, hey, Bitcoin is strong. It's a bull market. Bitcoin will keep being strong. Altcoins in this stage of the market are ready to outperform Bitcoin. The charts are showing it as well. The narratives are popping up as well. So let's look for altcoins that are now searching for a macro major bottom against Bitcoin and so far holding it. Because if the altcoin market does turn around, these altcoins will gain hardest, right? With the lowest risk ratio as well. So these are some alts that I have been buying and that could in maybe in a month they will still be here, right? And don't be like, it doesn't work, they are not giving me 100x overnight. It's crypto, it's not a casino. I know the similarities, but it's not actually the same, right? And we have to be patient in this market, and in the meantime you can be negative about it. I see a lot of negative sentiment right now, or you can be like, whoa, what a blessing that we still get buying opportunities, because the more you can buy, the more money you will make once it goes up. The only thing that you have to do is not doubting that coins will go up in the bull market, right? It should be simple as that. So I want to leave it there. 9, maybe 10 in total, 9, I think, coins that I've bought and that I will keep on buying and that I think are gonna have fantastic returns. I'm not gonna give my price targets. Like, can Ethereum go to over 10K? In my opinion, yeah, I'm giving a price target anyway. In my opinion, like a lot of people say 6K, this and that. 6K should be that should be easy, actually. Once the market turns around and the altcoin market can go, Ether will go way, 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 way above 6K. So that's already an easy 2x, right? With the safest altcoin out there. And then the rest of the list, like, I think they will surprise you when it comes to returns. So let me know what you think, man. Like the video in the meantime, at the end time. Subscribe if you want. Turn the bell notification on, and I'll see you guys soon.